Right, we're joined by Ujjwal Nikam, Special Public Prosecutor, on the broadcast with us at the moment. Sir, this case has come full circle. The NCB had initially claimed Aryan Khan was a regular user and supplier of drugs. Like I mentioned to my colleague Sohit, the word international cartel was casually thrown around. And now quite the U-turn in the assessment by the NCB. Your first comments.
DG Mr. Pradhan of NCB has made two facts very clear. Firstly, he said that a high-level committee was set up to make an inquiry into all the facts. And secondly, he has said that there was no corroborative material to the WhatsApp chat found in the present case. And therefore, they did not implicate 6 persons as an accused in the said trial. This is a very fair comment, I must appreciate. Because prima facie evidence is one thing and sufficient to proceed with the trial is a different thing. What Mr. Pradhan has made it clear that though there were the WhatsApp chat, they did not found any corroborative material to the SIT committee. If SIT did not find any corroborative material, it means that prima facie evidence was not sufficient to connect the accused with the crime. That was his contention. It's a fair comment on his part. But the moot question would arise as to when Aryan Khan was apprehended, whether only that WhatsApp chat was believed as a prima facie material, why it was not checked and counter-checked, this is question number 2. And thirdly, when he was lodged in the jail, who will be responsible for it? Of course, Mr. Pradhan has also made it clear that the inquiry is also constituted and that inquiry results will come out very shortly. But quite apart, but if any public servant, including any investigating officer working under the NCP or IP or the police officer, if he takes a bona fide action in a good faith, is being protected by law. But if there is any ulterior motive for taking certain actions against certain person, then certainly that public servant or public officer will be responsible for further dire consequences. Now, in the present matter, NCB will require to see whether the NCB officer who had apprehended Aryan Khan and others only on the suspicions or whether there was a prima facie material. So you did not get the corroborative material, that is a different aspect. But if there is a prima facie material, then I think that NCB officer was also justified. So it is for the now NCP to take an action to find out the real truth before that. But at present, I must congratulate NCB because they have taken a very fair action in the matter by not implicating 6 persons against whom there was no evidence.
Right, your point is noted, but it's the same Narcotics Control Bureau that actually made these people suffer for all these months. We're talking about October last year that this cruise happened. Yeah. The NCB had actually claimed that it was also relying on voluntary statements given by some of the accused, which were later retracted to show that they had consumed contraband. No tests were, however, conducted to prove consumption. Do you think this was fair?
No, of course, it's not unfair. See, whether those statements were taken under some duress, pressure, or etc., that now SIT will require to find out. Because SIT was constituted only on the backdrop of the serious allegations against the investigating officers of the NCP. And therefore, SIT must have made some inquiry, and on the basis of that inquiry, they have arrived at a conscious decision not to implicate 6 persons against whom there was no other evidence.
Right, but Aryan Khan had moved bail before the magistrates' court, which rejected it on the 8th of October last year on grounds of non-maintainability, since the sections added by the NCB were triable before the special NDPS court. What do you have to say to that?
Now, you see, it's a mistake on the part of the Aryan Khan's lawyer, I would say. He should have checked before going to the magistrate. Why did he file bail application before the magistrate if he was knowing that a complaint has been lodged against such offence, which can be tried and dealt with by the Sessions Court?
Right, Mr. Ujjwal Nikam, thank you so much for joining us on NDTV. Thank you for your time. With that, we're stepping into a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Do stay with us.